Well, good morning, Walleye Wisdom Watchers. This is Gary Speicher reporting from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Wishing each and every one of you a good wish that you had a blessed Christmas day and that you're looking forward to a new year. And we wish each of you the very best of good health and happiness in 2012. We just wanted to take a few minutes and recap our tournament fishing activity for this 2011 tournament year and look forward to the events coming up in 2012. But before I do that, I wanted to thank my sponsors this year, the folks that helped me on the tournament trail. And I want to begin with the good folks at Ranger Boats and Evinrude Motors, because the boat and the motor were key to getting to our fishing spots and getting back safely. Also want to thank our dealership for Ranger, Bob's Marine in Bellevue, Iowa. And special thanks to Deb and Bob and Ryan Hutchcroft for keeping the boat in tip-top shape throughout the tournament season and here at the end of the season getting it ready for next year. They've been a great help, and I would gladly refer anyone to their dealership, someone looking for a new Ranger Evinrude combination. Also would like to thank our friends at U.S. Bank, Tom Haley, a special friend and associate who financially helped support our entry fees this year. And then also want to thank WalleyeWisdom.com for helping sponsor me this year, and particularly the help from Mike Gonzabel, our webmaster, the man behind the design and development of Walleye Wisdom. And then certainly want to thank the folks here at Financial Planning Services and Midwest Business Consultants, my business firms. Want to thank Sue and Diana for giving me an opportunity to be on the road for a little over 6 weeks this year, fishing competitively in the tournaments, because without those two ladies I wouldn't have been able to have been gone, and wanted to make sure that our clients were well taken care of while I was out fishing. Just as a quick recap of the tournament year, for those of you that followed our videos throughout the year, you'll notice that I attempted to interview every one of my co-angler partners and then also do some feature videos while we were fishing during practice. And so we started our tournament year at Leech Lake. That was a big water bite. Then that was back in May, and then in June we moved to Leech Lake up at Walker, Minnesota, and that for the most part was a live bait kind of bite, but I caught them on cranks. And then we moved up to Green Bay. We were up there in July, and man, was it hot. The hottest fishing conditions I can ever remember practice fishing in. Fortunately, it cooled off a little bit for us for the tournament days. And then our final qualifying event was at Pierre, South Dakota on Lake Oahe, which is on the Missouri, it's actually the Missouri River, just above the dam at the state capitol there at Pierre. And again, an entirely different kind of fishery, a place that I'd never fished before, and it was an interesting bite. You've read about it in some of the trade journals about folks catching walleyes on bass spinner baits and trees, and that's exactly what happened, and that's exactly how it was won up there at Pierre. So I wanted to report that after those 4 qualifying events, I did make the cut to the championship, and I was invited to go up to Bismarck, North Dakota, and fish with the top 20 pros in the National Guard FLW Walleye Tour Championship. What a great honor. I'm happy to report that I finished 23rd. I didn't make the cut to the 3rd day or the 4th day. I missed it by a few ounces, but you know what, that's fishing. So another great fishery, another different kind of fishing experience, having to learn how to navigate around sandbars and follow up the flooding that they had up there this spring that created some real challenges for navigating the river. But we did find our fish and we caught them. We just didn't catch enough big ones. So I wanted to thank everyone that has been so positive and so encouraging of my first year, my rookie year out on the Walleye Tour. And in addition to the folks here in my office and my wife Sue, I really want to thank my children, Chris and Amy and Matt and Sarah, for being very encouraging of their dad to be out on the water and following the tournament events and being very supportive of my fishing this year. Now, as we look ahead to 2012, wanted to tell you a little bit about the schedule. You can find this schedule by going to walleyewisdom.com and then clicking on the blog roll, clicking over to the FLW site. And if you go to that site, you'll be able to, at flwoutdoors.com, you'll be able to click on the walleye tournament guide, and you'll be able to see where we're heading in 2012. And also, there are clips of the actual TV shows that were filmed from all of the tournaments in 2011. So if you want to, you'll be able to watch those shows in their entirety. But we start our 2012 year up at Red Wing, Minnesota on Pool 4 of the Mississippi. That tournament begins April 19th. And then in May, on May 10th, we head back over to Lake Erie. We'll be again fishing out of Port Clinton. And the tournament there again starts on May 10th. We don't have a tournament event during June, but in July, we'll be at Pierre, South Dakota, back on Lake Oahe, and that tournament event begins on July 12th. And then we follow that up with the final qualifying event. That will be at Escanaba on the Upper Peninsula, up in Little and Big Bay to Knock, and that tournament begins on August 2nd. So those are the 4 qualifying events leading up to the championship. And again, if you remember, they make the cut to the top 40, and the championship this year will begin October 25th down at Davenport at the Quad Cities on the Mississippi. So it'll be another river event for the championship this year. One final thank you that I'd like to make. This year I traveled and shared information with my good friend Glenn Vinton, who is also a Ranger Revenue Pro from Winona, Minnesota. And Glenn and his wife Renee were very helpful to me during the tournament year, particularly up at the championship in Bismarck. And we also want to thank Terry Filkins and Brian Brosdahl, who joined us and shared information with us at the championship. 2 great anglers, 2 great pals to fish with this year. So thanks to all of you Walleye Wisdom watchers for following us during the 2011 year, and we look forward to reporting even some hopefully some better result events in 2012. And we're going to start the 2012 year, by the way, attending the National Professional Anglers Convention up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. That will be during that first week in January next week. So we're going to attend that event, and I hope to get some great video interviews for you and share information on what's new in the world of fishing and particularly tournament fishing. So again, on behalf of all of us here at walleyewisdom.com, we wish each and every one of you the best that 2012 has to offer. Thanks for watching.